Will America remain a nuclear superpower in the next 10 years? Right now, somewhere deep beneath the American heartland, a missile sits in silence. It's 80 feet tall. It can travel 6,000 miles in 30 minutes, and it carries enough destructive power to erase an entire city from existence. For over 70 years, America has been the world's most powerful nuclear superpower. But that dominance is being challenged like never before. The question isn't whether America is strong today. The question is, can it stay on top for the next decade? Let's find out. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most critical questions facing global security. Will America remain the world's dominant nuclear power by 2035? To understand where we're going, we need to see where we are right now. And the picture is more complicated than you might think. Because while America still holds massive nuclear power, three major forces are reshaping the entire game. 1. Rival superpowers racing to catch up. 2. Aging American weapons that desperately need upgrades. And 3. Revolutionary new technologies that could make traditional nuclear weapons obsolete. So buckle up. This is going to be a wild ride through missile silos, submarines, geopolitical chess games, and the future of warfare itself. America's current nuclear strength. Let's start with the basics. How powerful is America's nuclear arsenal right now? The United States currently maintains approximately 3,700 nuclear warheads. About 1,700 of these are deployed and ready to launch at any moment. The rest are in reserve or waiting to be dismantled. Now compare that to the peak of the Cold War. In 1967, America had over 31,000 nuclear weapons. So yes, the numbers have dropped dramatically. But here's what matters. Today's weapons are far more precise, far more reliable, and far more devastating than anything from the Cold War era. And they're delivered by what's called the Nuclear Triad. Think of the Triad as three different ways America can launch a nuclear strike.
The numbers
and this is what makes the U.S. so powerful. First, land-based missiles, hidden in reinforced silos across Montana, North Dakota, Wyoming, Colorado, and Nebraska, are 400 Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missiles, or ICBMs. These missiles can launch in minutes and hit targets anywhere on Earth in less than 30 minutes. Second, strategic bombers. The Air Force operates a fleet of B-52 Stratofortress and B-2 Spirit stealth bombers. These aircraft can carry nuclear cruise missiles and gravity bombs. They're slower than missiles, but they're flexible. They can be recalled even after launch. Third, submarine-launched missiles. This is the crown jewel. America operates 14 Ohio-class ballistic missile submarines. Each submarine carries 20 Trident II missiles. Each missile can carry multiple nuclear warheads. And here's the terrifying beauty of it. These submarines are virtually undetectable. Right now, at this very moment, several of these subs are prowling the depths of the Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. Nobody knows where they are. Not Russia, not China. Nobody. This is called assured second strike capability. Even if America's entire land-based arsenal was destroyed in a surprise attack, these submarines would survive, and they would retaliate. That's the deterrent, that's the power. The competitors closing in. But here's where things get interesting. America isn't alone anymore. Russia currently possesses around 4,500 nuclear warheads, actually more than the United States. They've been modernizing aggressively, developing new hypersonic missiles, underwater drones, and massive doomsday torpedoes designed to create radioactive tsunamis. President Putin has made nuclear modernization a national priority. Russia sees these weapons as the great equalizer, the one area where they can still match American power. But the real game changer, China. For decades, China maintained a small, minimal nuclear force. They believed in minimum deterrence, just enough weapons to discourage attack. Not anymore. In 2021, satellite images revealed something shocking. China is building hundreds of new missile silos in its remote western deserts. We're talking about 300 plus new silos. This is the fastest nuclear buildup since the Cold War. The Pentagon now estimates China could have 1,500 nuclear warheads by 2035, tripling their current arsenal in just 10 years. And they're not just building more weapons. They're building better weapons. China is developing mobile missile launchers that can hide in tunnels, submarines that are getting quieter and harder to track, and hypersonic glide vehicles that can maneuver around missile defenses. And let's not forget the other players in this deadly game. India and Pakistan, rivals with growing arsenals and unresolved conflicts. North Korea, unpredictable, with an estimated 30-50 nuclear weapons and missiles that can reach the US mainland. Israel, France, and the UK, smaller but sophisticated nuclear forces. The club is getting crowded, and that makes the world more dangerous. America's critical weakness, aging arsenal. Now here's America's dirty little secret. Much of its nuclear arsenal is old, really old. Those Minuteman III missiles we talked about, the ones sitting in silos across Middle America, they were first deployed in 1970. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these missiles are over 50 years old. The bombers? The B-52s entered service in the 1950s. Some of these aircraft are being flown by the grandsons of their original pilots. Even the newer systems are decades old, and modernization is expensive. The plan to upgrade America's nuclear triad is estimated to cost $1.5 to $2 trillion over the next 30 years. That's trillion, with a T. This has sparked massive debate in Washington. Critics ask, can America afford this? Should we spend trillions on weapons we hope to never use? But supporters argue, can we afford not to? Because while America debates, China and Russia are building. They're not hesitating, they're not slowing down. The good news? Modernization is underway. The new Sentinel ICBM will replace the Minuteman III starting in the 2030s. The B-21 Raider stealth bomber is in production. The Columbia-class submarine will replace the aging Ohio-class. But here's the critical question. Will they be ready in time? The game changers, new technology. Now let's talk about what could change everything. The next 10 years won't just be about who has the most missiles. It'll be about who has the most advanced technology. First, hypersonic weapons. These missiles travel at over 5 times the speed of sound. They can maneuver unpredictably during flight, making them nearly impossible to intercept with current defenses. Russia claims it already has operational hypersonic missiles. China is testing them aggressively. America is racing to catch up. Whoever masters this technology first gains a massive strategic advantage. Second, cyber warfare. What if you could disable your enemy's nuclear weapons without firing a single shot? What if you could hack into command systems, create false launch alerts, or sabotage missiles before they even leave their silos? This isn't science fiction, it's happening now. Both China and Russia have sophisticated cyber warfare units actively probing American nuclear infrastructure. And America is doing the same to them. The next nuclear crisis might not start with a missile launch. It might start with a hacker in a basement halfway around the world. Third, artificial intelligence. AI is revolutionizing nuclear decision-making. Imagine systems that can detect incoming missiles faster than any human, that can calculate optimal responses in milliseconds, that can predict enemy actions before they happen. But here's the terrifying part. AI could also make mistakes. What if an AI system misinterprets data and recommends a nuclear launch when there's no real threat? What if adversaries use AI to create false signals and trigger responses? Fourth, space-based weapons and defenses. The next frontier is space itself. Satellite networks that can track missiles from launch, space-based lasers that could shoot down warheads, anti-satellite weapons that could blind entire defense systems. America is investing heavily in space technology, so is China. Whoever controls space might control the ultimate high ground. What happens in the next 10 years? So what does the next decade actually look like? Let me paint you 3 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, America maintains dominance. In this future, the modernization program succeeds. The Sentinel missiles deploy on schedule. The Columbia submarines enter service. American cyber and AI capabilities stay ahead of rivals. America's alliances with NATO, Japan, South Korea, and Australia remain strong, creating a united front that deters Chinese and Russian aggression. Nuclear deterrence works. Nobody launches. Peace through strength continues. This is the optimistic scenario. Scenario 2, multipolar nuclear world. In this future, China completes its massive buildup. By 2035, there are 3 roughly equal nuclear superpowers: America, Russia, and China. The world becomes more unstable. More players mean more potential flashpoints. A crisis in Taiwan, Ukraine, or the Korean Peninsula could escalate faster than anyone expects. Deterrence still works barely. We live in constant tension. This is the realistic scenario. Scenario 3, the unthinkable. In this future, something goes wrong. A miscalculation. A rogue leader. A cyber attack that triggers automatic systems. An AI error. We don't need to imagine the details, you understand. This is the nightmare scenario we work every day to prevent. So, will America remain a nuclear superpower in the next 10 years? The answer is yes, but it won't be easy. America still has the most powerful and sophisticated nuclear arsenal in the world. The infrastructure exists. The expertise exists. The political will exists. But the gap is closing. The competitors are getting stronger. The technology is evolving faster than ever before. The next decade will require massive investment, brilliant innovation, and careful diplomacy. America must modernize its weapons, master new technologies, and strengthen its alliances. Because here's the ultimate truth. Nuclear weapons exist to prevent nuclear war. The stronger the deterrent, the less likely anyone is to risk everything. The goal isn't to win a nuclear war. The goal is to make sure one never happens. So what do you think? Will America stay on top? Is China the real threat? What technology worries you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video informative, smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into geopolitics and global security. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And remember, understanding these issues doesn't make the world more dangerous. It makes you more informed.